ISD Education Foundation, I am honored to present to Tiffany Munoz, Kristen Simpson, Leslie Day, Kim Murphy, Mandy Pandy, Cindy McGregor, a check in the amount of $2,233.22 for STEM Lab on the Go.
It's a mobile STEM lab that we will roll in, and it's a hands-on activities that teach them science, technology, engineering, and math.
Thank you, Education Foundation! On behalf of the Red Oak ISD Education Foundation, it's my pleasure to present this check in the amount of $3,978 to Leslie Day, Jessica Whitfield, Tiffany Munoz, and Lisa Ingram for Reading by Example.
We are excited to have this after-school book club for our K, first, and second graders to be able to come and really just find a love for learning and to enhance their early literacy.
We love the foundation!
On behalf of the Red Oak ISD Education Foundation, we would like to present Jerica Miles, Allison Dowther, and Jeannie Powers with a check for $1,355.85 for bringing reading alive with Rug Alive.
It's an augmentative rug, so the kids will use iPads to scan the rugs, and it brings the animal alive in like 3D, so they can walk around and see the animal's habitat and how he looks.
Foundation, it is my honor to present Michelle Hatch with STEAM and ECE Learning by Doing all year long in the amount of $1,984.24.
I teach pre-K, and so everything is all hands-on. So we learn by doing, and so this is what this is all about, is learning and growing with STEAM and building and creating.
We are so happy to present to Amy Frost and Michelle Owen a check in the amount of $2,828.83 for It Just Makes Sense Sensory Lab.
It Just Makes Sense is going to allow us to build a sensory lab for all of our students who need that sensory output. Students with autism, students with emotional deficits, and some of our active students. We are so excited.
It just makes sense!
I'm excited to present this grant to Laura Thompson, Laurie Taylor, and Kim Rogers for $4,953.49 for an apple a day.
An apple a day will put iPads in the hands of our students to enrich their learning by letting them use an application across curriculum each day of the week, like Dreambox for math, Sketch for reading, Hooked on Science, and virtual field trips for social studies.
On behalf of the Red Oak ISD Education Foundation, it is my pleasure to present to Jean Boniel, Laura Thompson, Kim Rogers, Lori Taylor, Carolyn Brown, Jennifer Rux, Jan Myers, and Martha Ringhauser a check for $4,411.36 for student-centered learning with Pear Deck. All means all.
Pear Deck is a Google Slide add-on that allows students to participate interactively with the presentation.
Pear Deck, all means all!
On behalf of the Red Oak ISD Education Foundation, it is my pleasure to present to Kim Stanford a check in the amount of $1,400 for no batteries required, simple machines, add-on kit for Rigamajig.
So last year we received a grant for Rigamajig, which is a building kit that we use in the Learning Commons during Makerspace. And this set extends it and allows kids to add simple machines and moving parts to their creations.
Rigga what? Rigga what? Rigamajig!
On behalf of the Red Oak ISD Education Foundation, it is my pleasure to present to Michelle Owen, Chandra Jones, Megan Corns, Rebecca Vega, and Rob Waller this check in the amount of $5,000 for Rollout Recess, rain or shine.
It brings all the traditional outdoor recess games inside with a durable roll-out vinyl.
Thank you for Rollout Recess!
On behalf of the Red Oak ISD Education Foundation, we would like to present this check for $559 to Jessica Darst, Lauren Greider, and Melissa Shivers for Watch Me Grow.
Watch me grow!
On behalf of the Red Oak ISD Education Foundation, we have a check in the amount of $501.28 to Danielle Barrientos, Camille Tuttle, and Bree Aiken for It's Showtime!
Our grant is to be used for kids to have a different place to play out on the playground, for them to get into drama and stuff, and that aligns with a lot of our TEKs. We also figured that maybe some high school kids or junior high kids could come and work with the kids as well to show them that element.
It's showtime!
On behalf of the Red Oak ISD Education Foundation, it is our pleasure to present Dawn Moulton with $1,074 grant for Cube Your Enthusiasm.
Cube your enthusiasm!
On behalf of the Red Oak ISD Education Foundation, it's my pleasure to present to Amy McChesney, Laura Ripple, Sherry Leonard, and Danielle Barrientos a check in the amount of $4,515 for Smarty Ants.
Smarty Ants is a program that engages learners in different kind of games where we can see their growth in literacy.
We are Smarty Ants!
On behalf of the Red Oak ISD Education Foundation, I am so excited to present this check to ROE teachers Dory Barrett, Leslie Jacob, Laura Ripple, and Hannah Steed in the amount of $1,471.30 for Steamed Up for Success.
It is a mobile cart to provide some STEAM activities in the Kinder Pod for our kindergartners.
Thank you, Foundation!
checks for $3,130.31 to Lori Menzel, Samuel Quintanar, Bobby Christmas, Shirley Jones, and Nicole Penner for reporting live. Kids Connect the World.
This is a grant that we're going to use, and we're going to report live on the green wall using our Scholastic Let's Find Out. And we got a color printer to make everything easy for Gomez and Gomez to do blue for English and red for Spanish.
We're reporting live!
Check in the amount of $1,895.20 for Don't Take Research for Granted.
We do research in our class all the time, and we need computers. And you know, kids love to do research when they can do it on computers.
Education Foundation rocks!
Foundation, it's my pleasure to present to Donna Little and Tiffany Maroff this check in the amount of $2,084.54 for Transforming Math.
We have several ideas during each 6 weeks to transform the classroom into like a real life setting, such as like an operating room or boot camp. But so they're actually having fun in a real life setting, but they're doing all the math that we taught them.
Transforming Math!
Of the Red Oak ISD Education Foundation, we would like to present this check to Misha Wadsworth, Joetta Grisham, Shannon Edwards, Allison Nichols, and Cicely Samuels in the amount of $4,947.30. Soaring to new heights in literacy.
This grant is for Storyworks, and they will be using tablets to take pictures of their stories and then using Sketch to further literacy and annotate their stories and ask literal and interpretive questions.
Soaring to new heights!
On behalf of the Red Oak ISD Education Foundation, I am honored to present to Jessica Vasquez a check in the amount of $581.79 for the great breakout of boring math.
This is like the breakout rooms. We're gonna have locks and keys, and when you get correct answers, you get to you get part of a combination of a lock. When you get to open a box, you solve puzzles and riddles as you get correct answers.
The Great Breakout!
On behalf of the Red Oak ISD Education Foundation, it is my pleasure to present this check to Maria Burkhalter-Hamby and Joanna Baxter in the amount of $4,307 for Designer Jeans, Hawks Duplicating DNA.
It's going to fund a PCR machine that's going to help the kids duplicate genetics here in the classroom.
Hawks Duplicating DNA!
Education Foundation, we would like to present a check to Candace Tinsley, Susanna Rutledge, and Sydney Stone for $2,160 for calculating confidence.
So the grant is for non-graphing calculators, but that is so that the kids can have the same operating system in order to use to calculate for science and college math prep.
We love the foundation!
It is my honor to present to Stephen Samuel, Chandra Wynn Moore, and Christina Carpenter a check in the amount of $3,815.82 for Think Differently with Osmo.
It's an interactive learning tool with iPads, and it's it uses a lot of manipulatives.
Think differently with Osmo!
On behalf of the Red Oak ISD Education Foundation, we would like to present Leslie Kyle, Andrea Jones, and Sharitha Hicks with a check for $4,369.26 for impacting our legacy, past, present, and future.
Impacting our legacy!
On behalf of the Red Oak ISD Education Foundation, it is my pleasure to present this check to Patricia Murphy in the amount of $5,000 for the Legacy Lab.
So the Legacy Lab is going to be where we have like a maker space where we're going to put together a group of kids who are going to work on solving real problems for people, like by making products and things like that.
Go Legacy Lab!